Top 5 features I want to see return for WWE 2K25. Let's go. Number 1, Music Importer. Now, PC players can easily work around this, but for us console peasants, we haven't had this feature since the 360 PS3 days, for crying out loud. Basically, if a superstar changed their theme in real life, or if you just want to add a custom theme for anyone, you could upload any song from your console to the game. Here's a clip of me ripping Line in the Sand off an old WWE Theme Addict CD, I'm old, I know, and uploading it to WWE 13 where I can assign it to Evolution's own Triple H. Not the most dire of implementations, but it certainly would be a welcomed returning feature for sure. Number 2, a proper season mode. Not this garbage on rails my career BS we have now. I'm talking about a full-on, multi-year experience where you can take any superstar, active or custom, and take them through a living, breathing story mode where your choices actually matter. A story mode that changes based on your wins and losses, based on the alliances and enemies you make, with a superstar ranking system that changes from week to week. I think of Shut Your Mouth as the gold standard for these mode types. Sure, there are modified real-life stories sprinkled in there, but you are the main character, and your actions help shape their outcomes. Every week, you get the match card, then you can roam backstage, get into a fight, just shoot the breeze with a fellow superstar, or whatever you want. You can even leave the damn arena entirely and explore the city. In the city, the weather actually changed based on what month you were in on the calendar, so if you went outside in January, it was snowing, and then you could pick up snowballs and throw them at other superstars if you get into a fight. It was incredible, the attention to detail. You can go into the GM's office at any time to request a title shot. There are no restrictions. You genuinely get to make your own story. It's a shame, you know, I feel like once voiceover kind of became a priority, starting with the first Smackdown vs. Raw, you got less freedom with what you can do because they had to add voice quips for every superstar, and it just was not possible. That's why you started seeing the shortened season modes in SVR 06 and 07, and then the 2008 24/7 mode, and then we did away with it entirely for Road to WrestleMania. And the reason why I don't have Road to WrestleMania on my top 5 returning features is because it's just so short and it was more on rails than the season mode. I will settle for Road to WrestleMania, but again, I don't think that a returning season mode would have to be voiced over. I'm perfectly fine with reading captions, or yeah, I just don't mind. That's not really a big deal for me. Number 3, Story Creator. I loved this mode. I adored this mode. For those who don't know, Story Editor allowed you to create your very own little Road to WrestleMania or season type mode, complete with your own original scenes, matches, and even branching paths. You could really let your creativity flow in this game mode, and the ability to both upload and download creations online ensured limitless fun and possibilities that surely would tide you over until the next WWE game released the following year. This mode is so severely missed, and I think it's really important to put it back in the game, because if you're not going to have a full-on season mode or Road to WrestleMania, then it's important to allow that itch to be scratched by letting the community make their own damn season modes. And people really went balls to the wall. I mean, there were continuing sagas. I'm talking like 12-part epics that creators would upload, and I tip my cap to them for keeping the community well fed during those years where we had it. I think we only had Story Creator for a couple of years, but man, I really got my fix. There was something for everybody. There was comedy stories, there were serious stories, you know, full of action, there were diva dramas, it had everything. There were some stories uploaded that didn't even have any matches, but I would still download them just because of the epic story, or because they were so damn funny. I missed this mode, and this is one that's right at the top of my list. I want Story Creator back badly. Number 4, I just want more freedom to create epic moments. For example, in WWE 2K for years now, if you want to jump off the cell onto your opponent, every single superstar has this same old boring elbow drop animation. I want to be able to do whatever I want off the cell, a corkscrew or a moonsault. I shouldn't be limited to one specific animation. Let me climb the Titantrons. Let me get outlandish. WWE 2K is a sim-style wrestling game, there is no doubt about that. But let's not forget that it's still a video game, and video games are supposed to be fun. Let me brawl in Times Square. Let me climb up buildings. Let me jump out of a helicopter. I want to blur the line between reality and a video game because video games are supposed to be an escape. I get to watch wrestling on TV. I want to create my own epic OMG moments while I'm gaming. Am I alone in that? Number 5, lastly and certainly not least, I want to see clean and dirty tactics make their return. At the beginning of the match, you can select how you want to fight. Clean is playing babyface, dirty is playing heel. You can of course also choose neutral and play how you want. I love this because it incentivizes players to actually play the role of their wrestler, true to their real-life counterparts. It added a layer of authenticity to each match, bringing the gameplay that much closer to a sim-style presentation. Basically, if you're a heel, you can boost your dirty meter by using dastardly tactics during the match, like removing the turnbuckle pads or complaining to the ref after a 2 count, not breaking a submission hold at the rope break, and just being an arse. Once you filled that dirty meter, you are rewarded with a special low blow move that did devastating damage. On the flip side, if you're fighting clean, you fill up your meter by playing to the crowd and just being a babyface. High-risk maneuvers, signature offensive maneuvers, and taunting to the fans, things of that nature. Your reward for filling that meter is an invincibility trigger where your character hulks up and will become unstoppable, automatically countering any move your opponent attempts on you. But guys, that is my top 5 list. WWE 2K25 is closer than you think. What are some features that you would like to see return? Did I leave anything out? Do you want to see Road to WrestleMania? Could you do without season mode? Do you want to see Music Importer? Is that just such a trivial thing in the grand scheme of things? Do you want to see a return to the arcade-like gameplay? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Do all the YouTube stuff for me, please. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.